Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic, and today we are talking about Deadpool 2. Now I know this is really early to be talking about because Deadpool 1 just came out. Some of you haven't even seen it yet, but now is the prime time to talk about what we want from a sequel. So I've got 5 things, and the first thing is something that they already told us is going to happen, and that is a character called Cable. But in regards to Cable, I want a serious and badass Cable. In case you don't really know much about Cable, Cable is the son of Cyclops and a clone of Jean Grey. It's very complicated. He's raised in the future and he travels back in time to today to stop some sort of thing from happening. Usually he's tied with like Apocalypse or Mr. Sinister, like all these different characters. He is there to save the day. So he's armed out with futuristic technology. He has this virus that is slowly covering his body with metal. It's just, there's a lot of possibilities. But Deadpool, we know, is super comedic and funny. I want Cable to be kind of like Colossus was, where he's deadly serious. You know, he's the one that asks, like, who are you talking to? When he's looking off, you know, at the camera or whatever. I just want Cable to kick ass. I want lots of guns. I want him to be the counterpoint to Deadpool. The second thing I want is related to Cable, and that is that I want this somehow to tie into or to create the XForce team. XForce is kind of an off branch of the X-Men. Sometimes it's portrayed as like kind of like a newbies group, kind of like new folks that don't really know what they're doing. Other times it's been portrayed as kind of this Black Ops Special Forces group, which is what I prefer, that kind of they do the dirty work that the X-Men won't do, right? So they're kind of like no one is celebrating what they're doing. It's kind of top secret, but they're getting down, they're doing it in usually deadly ways that the X-Men don't really condone. So Cable and Deadpool are both usually members or have been members of that team. So it'd be cool to see the sequel lay the groundwork for an X-Force franchise. The third thing I want from Deadpool 2 is I think Vanessa, his love interest, has got to go. And now I have nothing against her. I thought her character was fine. The actress is fine. But I think her existence and his happy ending with her, I think, is not fit for Deadpool. I don't think they should have ended up together at the end of that movie. I think she should have said, "You're disgusting," or "I'm over you," something that would have let her go. Because Deadpool, his story isn't a happy one. And I think she has to, probably in the opening scene, be killed. And I think that will trigger the events of Deadpool 2. You know, and maybe that's Cable comes back in time, has to kill her, does something, and triggers the rest of the events. But I don't think Vanessa's going to make it, and I don't think she should make it. This leads in to number 4, that I think we need to see a crazier side of Deadpool. This one we saw, Deadpool was a little wacky, he was a little funny, but no one perceived him as absolutely psychotic. And so I think we need, especially with potentially the death of Vanessa, I think we need to see him lose his grasp on reality. That he no longer sees this as the camera, but like this is his reality. And this is the fake thing. You know, like I need to see him lose it. I need his tangents and his fourth wall breaking to go even further. You know, I want to see him, you know, grab the cameraman and take the camera and record something or do little vignettes like in the comics where all of a sudden he's, you know, they're like he's a pirate on a pirate ship, or he jumps into an animated movie for a little bit. Like crazy things that even stretch further, you know, our understanding of his reality. The first movie set the tone for, you know, he breaks the fourth wall, but now we can go even further and really show that he has lost all connection with reality. And that would be really fascinating. And the fifth and last thing is something that's for sure going to happen, but we need to see a bigger budget CGI. I didn't mind Colossus, but there were moments during the fight scenes. There was some background stuff. There were times that he was doing flips that they just didn't work. Like it's a low budget superhero movie. And I think they need to amp up the amount of money that they spend on those special effects to make them match the quality of the writing, you know, everything else that's happening that's like really great, but it's brought down by that level of CGI work. So I think they just need to invest a little more because this movie's making bank already. They're going to. So I can't wait to see what they'll pull off with even more money. So those are just 5 of the things that I want to see from Deadpool 2. Now in the comments, you tell me what you want to see. What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you want to see changed? What do you want to see from the sequel to The Merc with the Mouth? So let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.